Now, gentlemen, before we break for dinner, it's time for the chairman's report, and I would like to call on another distinguished ex-Solomonite, Thomas Rundle.
Good evening, Mr. Wilkes, Justice Cameron, Mr. Reela, honoured guests and old boys. I first and foremost would like to thank Mrs. Inge Paulson-Little and convener of this dinner, Mr. Jeff Meyer, for putting this, the 98th Old Boy dinner, together tonight. The last 24 hours have been extremely nerve-wracking, as in order for these functions to continue on the school property, we're required to be in possession of a valid liquor license, and we only managed to get this late yesterday afternoon. So, Mr. Reela, you can breathe. We're legal tonight. To Inga and Jeff, thank you so much on behalf of us all here tonight. We really appreciate the massive effort in making it happen. Last year I reported that we made an application to subdivide the portion of the flats off the remainder of the Old Boys property in Linwood. This has been registered in the deeds office, and we therefore have two title deeds for our property, one of just over 1 hectare and the other just over 7 hectares. My commitment at the recent AGM was to ensure that in the next 12 months, the Association Board dedicates its time in ensuring that our asset worth approximately 100 million rand is used in the best way forward, in the interest of Old Boys and fundamental obligation of supporting the school. Not much has changed in the day-to-day activity of the Association in the last 12 months. We continue to support the school financially via an annual grant. The Old Boys office run by Inga has moved back to the school, which I believe is incredibly important in maintaining a close relationship with the school. As I alluded to in the beginning of my address, was the issue of the liquor license at reunions and dinners. The reality was that these functions being kept at the school hung in the balance, but this has now been averted, and we look forward to growing on this proud tradition. To the Directorate and in particular the office bearers, thank you for your continued contribution to the Association. Mr. Carl Schmiller resigned from the Association Board at the AGM last month. Carl was the Director of the Association for 14 years, serving the last 4 as Honorary Secretary. An enormous amount of thanks and gratitude needs to go to Carl. Carl, thank you so much for your total commitment to the Association. It has been a privilege to work with you, and no doubt you will be sorely missed. If I can please ask you to come up and accept a small token of our appreciation on behalf of all Old Boys. As some may recall, a major part of my address last year revolved around sport at Boys Eye, and in particular rugby and our involvement as Old Boys. For those who have followed the results of the last few months, you'll agree that there's been a remarked improvement. And I would, on behalf of all Old Boys, thank the staff and coaches for their relentless dedication on and off the field. I'd like to make special mention of new rugby director Rudy Damas, who is here tonight. Rudy, you've come in under tough circumstances, but there's no doubt that your hard work is paying off. Thank you, and know you have the full support of all of us at Old Boys. Our responsibility as Old Boys is to support, engage, and encourage the school, and I continue to encourage all Old Boys to do just this. Mr. Reela, to you and your entire teaching, admin, and support staff, thank you for your constant dedication to our school. I'd also like to personally thank you for your time and support of the Old Boys Association. Thank you. In closing, I'd like to pass on a few words of thanks for those making tonight possible. Our Master of Seminaries, Mr. Gleeson, thank you. To Mr. Reela and the school for allowing us to use the school hall, and the caterers who have done the setup and food tonight. To Justice Cameron for accepting to be our honoured guest speaker tonight. To John Smith for proposing a toast to South Africa. And furthermore, I trust that you'll enjoy the rest of your evening and look forward to seeing you all at the 99th dinner next year. Thank you.